crush an instant nerdle. We got division, so this is going to be pretty tough probably. I think the equal sign is definitely going to go there. Then we're going to have a triple digit divided by a double digit. So that's basically decided for us, which is nice. So we got the structure of this thing, I believe. And now I just want to kind of do things in reverse. So typically when I do division, I like to kind of do this number times this number equals this number. All right, so this one's going to take me a little time, so let me explain the game more thoroughly because people like the when I do that sometimes. So instant nerdle. So people have been asking questions about how the equation works. So the equal sign, there can't be anything to the right of the equal sign other than numbers. Like people will be like, oh, I made an equation work where you have like a sign on both sides, but so it's always all of the math is taking place on the left side and it equals some number. It could be up to like a 3 or 4 digit number on the right side of the equal sign, but you can only have numbers. So the green numbers are in the right place here, and then the purple numbers, everything that's purple is in the wrong place. So I have to move stuff if it's purple, but I have to use everything that's here once. There's never repeat characters in instant nerdle. It's always all unique characters, which is kind of wild. But all right, back to my strategy here. So I was able to figure out that this definitely equals a single digit number because we only have division. So it's not going to equal a 3-digit number because then we would need like a double digit divided by a single digit equals a triple digit number, which doesn't make any sense. And since the equal sign can't go here because this is purple, I know that the equal sign goes here. And the only way to make a single digit number, given the rest of the stuff that we have here, these 6 characters, is by doing a triple digit number divided by a double digit number. And that's pretty tough. I don't think many people do a lot of like triple digit divided by double digit stuff. But I do know that if division is multiplication in reverse, they're the opposite of each other. So if I can actually think about multiplying in reverse. So I can take the number that this is equal to and multiply it by this double digit number, and it should equal this triple digit number basically. So if I take this single digit number and I try some random number here, so let's say I tried 5, I can already tell that 5 won't work because 7 times 5 is 35. So this number will definitely end in a 5 because that's how multiplication works, right? When you do multiplication out, the ones digits numbers, whatever they multiply to, whatever the ones digit number of that is, ends up being the ones digit number of the other number. So hopefully that makes sense. Sort of a tricky concept there, but that's how that always works out. You can figure out the ones digits numbers; they always kind of correspond. Once you go beyond that, you got to do a little more thinking. But I can kind of fill this in. So if this was a 5, this would have to be a 5 because 7 times 5 is 35, which ends in a 5. So this 5 does not work here. So now I can kind of just go left to right to be systematic about it. If I put a 9 here, this would be a 3. We don't have a 3, so that doesn't work. If I put a 6 here, this would be a 2. We don't have a 2, so that doesn't work. If I put a 4 here, this would be an 8. So this is the first number that's worked so far. So 7 times 4 is 28, so this ends in an 8, so that looks good. So now I've got 3 numbers in there, and I only have a few other numbers that I could test in these spots. So I'll throw some random numbers in here and see what we can do. So if I put a 5 here, 50 times 7 would be 350. So that would be in the 300s, and we don't have a 3 to put in the hundreds place, so this 5 doesn't work here. If I put a 9 here, 7 times 9 is 630, or 90 times 7 would be 630. So this would start with a 6. 630. This is going to work. This is going to be it, I think. Yeah, because so 90 times 7 is 630, and then 4 times 7 is 28, and then you just add those two numbers together. You can do multiplication in parts like that, right? You can do 90 times 7 plus 4 times 7 and break the 94 into a 90 and a 4 and add those two things together. So 90 times 7 is 630, 4 times 7 is 28, 630 plus 28 is 658, and that's an instant nerdle for you. There it is, dude. Very nice. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.